Hi everyone, it's Leanne. How you going? Now, I've been making some leather pouches here, faux leather actually, um, and I thought I'd show you how I made them. Now, I did get the idea of another YouTuber, um, but it's my own version, and I'm not using inks. I'm actually using acrylic paint. That's just the booklet that's inside. It's got lovely little open envelopes there. These are brown paper bags that I use, and some of them have got 3 little stages in them, little openings, and all I've done is glue that in. Now that's one wallet. Also, I put eyelets in the front and up on the side there. You can hang whatever you want from it. I just hung something to show you exactly what you can do with it. You can put whatever lace or ribbon or anything you want around it. This is another one. This is a different one. I've got some texture paper and some tea-dyed paper in that one. So that's that one. I just thought I'd show you how I did my version of it on a small sample of a small journal or an album, whatever you want to call it, and show you how I did that effect. And that's what I'm going to do. So I put them to the side. I want to find a good brush. I've wrecked some of my brushes. I forgot to wash them. I have to throw that one out. Let me see if I can find another good one. It's not too bad. Maybe that one. Anyway, there we go. I've got one. Okay, you're going to need a few sponges. I just cut up an old foam brush I had, and I'll just use what's there. Like that. So some old foam brushes. I'm going to use this little piece of foam. Now it's just a piece of foam. You know how they come in, well, they do come in A4 sizes, but this is a red one that I've had, and I thought I'd just use a piece of it, make a small version of the cover. So I'm making a tiny one, but the effect's the same for a large one. So I'm going to start on the front, which is this, and I'm just going to get some tissue paper. Really doesn't matter what colour the tissue paper is, because it's just going on the front. Now, the YouTuber that did it actually stamped on their tissue paper, and I did on one of those as well, but my other one, but it didn't turn out because they used inks. I'm using acrylic paint, and I think that the stamping gets hidden by the acrylic paint, but with the inks it won't. It'll come through. So whatever you're using, ink, distressed inks, or acrylic paint, I think that stamping won't work with the acrylic paint. It won't come through. So I'm going to glue that down. And I use this brush. And this is very tacky glue, and it dries very quickly. So get a wriggle on. Leanne, come on. Okay, then we're going to place our tissue down with the, what would you call that? Shiny side down, flatter side up. Now don't press too hard because it can rip. And it gives it a textured look like that, as you can see. The tissue paper. Now we're going to dry that, and I'm not, just make sure the corners are down. There we go. So we need to get that dry, and I won't be long with that. I'll just dry it and then come back. Okay, I think it's dry. Let's cut away the excess from our foam. Like that. Beautiful day in Sydney, Australia. It's a Monday and it's beautiful. And everything is beautiful. There was rain last night, but not today. So there we go. There's our red foam. Now, as you can see, I've got it in the design that I want. I want it there, and then I'm going to close that. So what we're going to do now is give it a level look, and we're going to do that with a few paints. Hang on, I'll just wipe my fingers. That glue. Okay, so we're going to use a black acrylic. We're going to use a burnt umber, and we're going to use a burnt sienna, and we're going to use a little bit of a red. This one's a satin one called Red Barn. So we're going to get some of our foams that we cut up. I'll use this one, and I'm going to get this so I can put my foam down. And all we're going to do is, I'll just give that a shake, is put a bit of burnt umber down. Like that. And a bit of burnt sienna, if I can get some out of it. There's not much left. Okay, got some there. And I'm going to mix these two. I'm just going to use my sponge, and I'm going to do this. Like this. I'm going to get a different sponge for the burnt umber. Like that. Now you will get dirty a little bit, so remember that. Keep going. I think we might need a little bit of more of both. Tiny bit there. And I'll put a tiny bit up there. Right, this one's the burnt umber. Just change sponge. Go over here. Bit like that. Right, I think that'll do. I'll just go around the edges. With what I've got left on my sponges. Bit like that. Okay, I'm going to get a wet wipe. Okay, I'm just going to wipe my fingers just for a moment because otherwise it'll stick to everything and you don't want that happening. Right, let's just give that a little bit of a dry. Okay, we're back and that's what we've got so far, as you can see. Now we're going to add a little bit of black, just a bit. Not sure why it's not coming out. Oops, there's some over there. Never mind, we'll use it on something else. Get some more foam, and we're just going to put a tiny bit, just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit over the place. I put a bit too much there. Now push it really down to smooth that black out. A bit like that. There's too much over here, so you can get your other sponges and go back over it. A bit like that. Yep, that's good. Okay, so that's what we've got so far. Bit of black. We're also going to do that red. Just a bit. Oops, a bit too much there as well. So I'll take some of it off. Okay, now let's just put our pink on. I want to dab this right in. Now it will dab right in and bit like that. Then we can use some of our darker colour to take some of that out. I don't want too much in. something like that. Like that. I think that's pretty good. Now I am going to just dry it. Okay, so I'll be right back, and I'll wash my hands too. Let me be able to pause this. Okay, we're done on this side. Have a look, it's finished. So that's the faux leather wallet. Now don't worry about that side because we have to do exactly the same on that side. So wallet's going to come over here, and we're going to come here, and there's our little journal cover or wallet or whatever you like to call it. Now we're going back, sponging on this side. That's exactly what we're going to do. Just going to use the paint I've got still on these sponges. And we'll put some more on in a moment. Right. Okay, so let's start off with the umber again. Burnt umber. And then we'll start off the burnt sienna. Which I love. Okay. Let's get our sponges and start sponging. Okay, let's get another sponge. That one's way too small. Okay, and too wet. Okay, let's get our... You know what, I'll finish this off camera because it must be boring to you. So I'll be back very shortly. Okay, we're back, and I've finished our little wallet. There it is there. I've done the inside. Now all it needs now is some Mod Podge, some gloss. I like the gloss on it. It really finishes it off. That's all I'm going to do now. Is give it one coat. Now you can thin this Mod Podge down because it can get caught up in those crevices, and it can get a bit too thick. So I'm going to really really swipe mine. I'm going to, try and thin this out and get into every crevice. I think it's going alright so far. Alright, just a thin coat. Water it down like I said if you want to. I have done the edges as well with whatever sponge you had a little bit of excess with left over. So there we go, that's that. Now I'm going to dry it. Okay, I'm back and we're finished. There's the outside, as you can see. And then we have the inside, as you can see. And all I've done is I have put an eyelet on the front. So when we fold this over, that needs a bit of gluing down there, but we'll do that in a minute. That's what it looks like. So we can tie our little album around. Now you can also put one on there, a smaller one, because it is smaller there. Let me see if I can find a smaller one. Yes, there's one, but I have to go get my other metal handle ones. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, we put our other one on right there, and I notice there's a tiny little corner here. Now, hang on, I'll just move my chair. Right, now, put a bit of glue on that. Like that on the corners. Be careful not to damage it till it fully dries. Now, all we have to do is put our wallet together, or our journal together, like that. We can put something there. We can put something there on our round one there. A tassel, Lucky Charms, whatever you want to put there, pencil. And then all we do is we get whatever string we want to put around it, or whatever lace, or whatever you want to put around your wallet. Put that around. I'm just going to tie this like that, but we do need to get a bit bigger. So I'll give it a bit more. And then I'll come through here, tie that off. I'm going to give that another knot, like that, and like that, just to tighten it, just to make sure it's tight. Now you can go around twice, and you get your last. Now this is gold, this trim. Had it sitting there for years, so I'm finally using most of it. And there you go. That's how you do the faux leather on the foam. Now that was foam we used, and I've got stacks of it. And I thought, what can I use that and then use it for? And then I saw another YouTuber use it in this capacity. So there we go. There's our faux leather that we made. This is a little one. I'm going to put a little journal in it or something like that. Makes a great present. I mean, if you can find the right string to put around it to coordinate it, you need probably a smaller eyelet for this tiny one here. I've got bigger ones there. I couldn't find a smaller one. I was looking for one, but I couldn't find a smaller eyelet for the spine. But nonetheless, that's a smaller and a good example. You can put a little book in there with tea-dye paper, or even a tiny little notepad. Gosh, anything you wanted to. And these, did I show you? Yeah, I did show you that one. And I showed you that one, the brown paper bag one. So there you go. Now my husband's claimed these, so I have to give them to him. He wants them. So there you go. So have a go at making your faux leather with your foam. You can make big sizes, A4 sizes, small sizes, medium size, whatever size you want. The process is still the same. You just get those paints and you just give that effect. So there you go. So until I see you next time, bye for now, everyone. Take care.